Hey, I just came on here to give a quick little, I don't know, just a little something. Um, Man, God been doing so much for me, man. He been answering prayers that I can't even imagine to even begin to tell y'all. He's been coming so fast as I pray, he's been answering. He's been doing it just that fast, man. Let me tell you, I have put myself in places that I shouldn't have even been in, right? I done catered to things and people and places that I should have not even cared about doing anymore. And I learned that I needed to know what no means, right? I should have known what no mean a long time ago, but I didn't know what no mean because I'm so much of I got such a big heart I want to do for everybody, right? And the more God pulled me closer, the more God started to minister to my heart because I only said yes for so much stuff because I was brokenhearted. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, and I didn't know exactly who I was yet, right? And because I didn't know who I was, I would let people use me, manipulate me, hurt me, all type of stuff, right? I done been through so much, and have overcame even more, right? My story is not a sympathy story. My story is what I overcame, what my obstacles I overcame. What is my? It's a testimony because I should have been dead. I should have been dead when I wanted to cut my wrist, when I attempted to. I should have been dead when I took all those pills and drank all that alcohol behind it. This is just me telling y'all a snippet of what I went through. I should have been dead when I decided to sit up there and do some things that I shouldn't have done. I should have been dead. I should have been sick in the hospital. I should have been dead when I was in that car, when that car blew up on me. I should have been dead when I sat in the hospital and couldn't walk for 7 days. God took my legs from me for 7 days, and Lord knows I'm so used to my legs, I didn't know how to feel without my legs, right? So now I'm grateful for my legs. I am. God started to teach me 3 years. Well, it's been 3 years since I've been closer to him. Since it's 3 years since I've been in this house. So it's 3 years of me being on ministry, right? But him building me up. This has been last year was the toughest year ever. Being pulled in the direction God wanted me to pull me in, right? I was still battling addiction, still trying to come up out of it. I was still popping pills, I was still smoking, and I was still drinking, right? And I ain't scared to tell no story on what I did and where I come from. We all battled something, and I was battling, right? I was battling so much to the point where I started becoming an enemy to myself. I didn't even recognize who I was, and God didn't even recognize who I was. But I started going to him, and I started to repent. God, I need your help because I need to come up out of this, right? And when I started to give it to him, and I started asking him, Lord, I need you to help me because, God, I don't know how to do this myself. I'm so used to seeing addiction because that's what I grew up around. I grew up around addiction. I grew up, it was comfortable to me. I grew up in places where I felt like I needed to be a people pleaser. I grew up in a place where I felt it was okay to be isolated and to be alone. I don't like being alone, but I damn sure, excuse me for saying that, I damn sure don't want to be a people pleaser and be in places that people don't want me, right? So I started to ask God to remove me and remove people. And when I tell you the people he started to remove, it hurt. I tell you, it hurt. But guess what? I was appreciative to it because guess what? I needed to know who those people were. He's still to this day removing and showing me who people are. Let me tell you, it's so many people that I wouldn't have never thought was against me. And guess what? It's so many things that I thank God for daily because guess what? It was only him in that room hearing what those conversations was. It was only him in those rooms seeing what people was doing to try to hurt me. It was only him that seen the demise and the plans of the enemy. It was only him that was able to pull me through. Because now he going to get the glory for everything that he going to. So me telling you this now is me giving him his glory now. Right? So listen. I went through things. Some of the same similar things my mom went through, and I'm not scared to say it. I went through poverty. I went through the moments of struggling. I didn't have to go through it. I went through it because that's where I put my place at. And guess what? Some of the chosen ones are the ones that go through worse. You see what I'm saying? I have been talked about and put down by people that I loved and trusted. Yep, I forgave them. I had to learn how to have a forgiving heart. I had to. So I learned how to forgive. I had to go to God and ask God to give me a forgiving heart, even more of a forgiving heart. Because, Lord, how do I forgive these people when these are the very people that I love? These are the very people that I trust. So he began to break me down even more. So when he started taking my business stuff from me, he started to take the things that I was stuck on and attached to away from me. Because let me tell you, God is a jealous God. When I say jealous, anything that it get more attention to him, he gonna strip it from me. Because if he can't get the glory, nobody can get the glory. And I don't want no glory this season, baby. I want him to get every piece of glory that it is. My children was acting out. They was being disrespectful and different things. I was dealing with different stuff. And listen, this is not for me to talk about, to bash my children, because I love them to the bone, because God trusted me with them. This is me giving you a snippet of my testimony because of what God's about to do for me. So I'm telling you ahead of time because I'm giving him thanks now. My children was rebellious. They was doing things that shouldn't have been. They was going up against me. We was fussing and fighting. We had different stuff going on. I was dealing with niggas who would make it seem like they loved me, and guess what? Was playing with my heart. Guess what? I was dealing with stuff and was buying stuff and doing stuff for people and never got nothing back. But I was okay with it. I settled for less. When I should have knew my worth, I should have knew that I was worth more than that. But when God started to rebuild me, God started to let me know who I was. Come on, beautiful. That's what God tell you. God call us beautiful. Listen, I'm a daddy's girl. I love being a daddy's girl now. The place of abandonment when I felt like growing up without a father, that void has been filled. What? I have the awesomeness. I have the awesomeness, ultimate, best, greatest, loving, kindest, sweetest father I could have ever asked for. Don't get me wrong. I love my stepfather, Billy Williams. He has been the greatest father that I could ask for. Not only the greatest father, the greatest man who could deal with all my havoc after I was disrespectful and turned disrespectful. I had to go to him and tell him I was sorry because guess what? I was lost. After dealing with situations of almost losing my mind after losing my mama. Well, I'm here to tell y'all. This is my open truth today. I was losing myself. I lost myself after I lost my mama. Even though we had done told each other all the sorries and I love yous in the world, even though she was MIA sometimes, I was used to her being there. So this time when I was losing her, I couldn't get her back. Did I do anything? Probably when I was younger. Probably when I got older, I hated her for different reasons. But that was my own reasons. But I also told her I loved her. I also let her know how much of a warrior she was and how proud she made me because she fought. That was what I told her before she passed away from here. But nobody will ever get to hear those conversations because that was between me, her, and God. I forgave her, she forgave me, and we moved on. Right? But it didn't stop the void that I knew I was about to fill because I grew up without a father. Now I'm about to grow up, my children about to grow up without a grandmother now. I'm about to go the rest of my life without a mother now. How do I feel this void, Lord? I didn't know how to feel it. So guess what I did? I ran to weed. I ran to that bottle. And guess what? It was my best friend. I felt that void every day. Yeah. And 3 years ago, I asked God to pull me out of it because I didn't want to go through it no more. My family didn't know that I was silently fighting addiction. They didn't know that. I played a wild card. They didn't know I was dealing with alcoholism problems. They didn't know that. I played a wild card. They knew I was drinking. They didn't know that I was sick, that I was planning suicide several times. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that I was hurting. I never put it out there. I put a mask on. So I got tired of putting on a mask. I started going to God. And one of the best thing I could have ever done was go to him. I was angry at God. I didn't want to talk to him for a long time when my mama passed away because I felt like I'm just getting my mama back and you taking her from me again. And then that's the first time I heard God talk to me. That's the very first time. He said she wasn't yours in the first place. She was mine. It scared me. I got on a prayer line. And when I got on this prayer line, man, it would reveal things about me. And I couldn't tell him that it was the truth, but I knew it was true. And then God started moving. He started letting me be able to tell my truth, that it was the truth. That it was me that they was talking about. And I knew I had to go to God and tell him I was sorry. Because listen, even though I was mad at him, he never left me. You know how he said in his word that he'll never leave us nor forsake us? Guess what? I knew it was only him that was covering me through all the things that I was going through, even though I was mad at him. So when I went to him and told him that I was mad at him, I had to cry. I cried on my face. I cried. I tell you, I cried because guess what? God, I'm mad at you. You took my mama. You got me down here suffering. You knew I needed my mama. I had just gained her back. Not only did I need her, my brother still needed her. My sister still needed her. So I didn't care about what God needed at that moment. I needed her. We needed her. Her grandchildren needed her. But God said he needed her most. Her job was done here. My mama taught me, after dealing with all that, after telling him sorry, y'all, I sat and God started to reveal my mama life to me all at once, and it hurt. Because he allowed me to remember every story she told me. And he allowed me to see myself in her because everything that lady went through, I went through. Molestation, addiction, abandonment issues, feeling down and out, feeling like the black sheep. Yeah, she felt like that. I felt like that. I don't feel like that no more. Yeah, I felt like that. But when God started to tear down the barriers and the walls that I had put up so high from him and anybody else that was trying to come in, he started to tear me down. So he started revealing layers of me that I didn't even know was hidden. And it hurt to see those sides of me because they was ugly. It was dark. It was, man, they hurt. Man, it hurt. And as time went on, the more he broke down, the more he revealed, and the more he healed. And the more I cried, and God, I don't want to do this no more. No, don't get me wrong. Even though I was crying about it, I wanted to come out of the addiction, I still was there. He eventually took me away from it. January 2nd was the last time I popped any kind of pill, smoked any kind of weed, drank any kind of drink, right? I asked God to take it from me and remove it and don't let me go back to those things, God, because I don't want to die. I don't want to go in these same cycles. I got to break these cycles because God, you trusted me for so much, and God trusted me for so much. And I'm breaking it because I don't want my children to go through those same suits. Mind you, I say I went through the same cycles my mom went through. I don't want my kids to go through these same cycles. And that's where it looked like it was going. It was going down that road, right? So just recently, now I'm back telling y'all about how good God is. Just recently, God been showing me his hand. And the closer I got to him and the more I got into his word, the more he started talking to me. When I say he built my faith, you say a mustard seed of faith? I got more than a mustard seed of faith. How about I got a whole tree branch? I got a whole tree